The Chicago Police Department held a press conference yesterday and laid out the entire case against Jussie Smollett. We'll look at all the details, plus we'll look at other instances of hoaxes around the country. Finally, we'll examine a real assault, and I'm just wondering if the media is going to give it as much attention as they gave to Smollett. I'm Bobby Eberly. This is a 13-minute news hour.
God bless the United States of America.
Okay, as you guys have been following this week, we've covered the Jussie Smollett story from the very beginning, and it really took a turn this week as police arrested Smollett, held a press conference yesterday, and it's so interesting how the story has crumbled. Smollett has gone from this to this, his mugshot. Now, if you listen to the press conference, it was fascinating because the police chief just really laid everything out. And he kind of conveyed his disgust at the whole situation and what it does to not only their resources, but to actual hate crimes. Here's a clip from the police chief.
But this publicity stunt was a scar that Chicago didn't earn and certainly didn't deserve. To make things worse, the accusations within this phony attack received national attention for weeks. Celebrities, news commentators, and even presidential candidates weighed in on something that was choreographed by an actor.
All right, so he carried out that theme through multiple stages of the press conference, just really voicing his anger and how Smallett used the system and tried to play off people. And here's how he basically described what went down.
First, Smollett attempted to gain attention by sending a false letter that relied on racial, homophobic, and political language. When that didn't work, Smollett paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process.
So there you have it. It's a complete hoax, staged attack. I mean, it's something that this could be a sequel to Dumb and Dumber, because Smollett, as the police chief pointed out in this press conference, the two guys that were paid to attack him, he wrote a check. He paid them by check. I mean, how incredibly traceable is that? And it just shows that there was no thought given to this crime at all. I guess he thought that, you know, being who he is, celebrity, black, gay, he's got every combination that the media wants. He makes up this story, and they're just going to go with it without any kind of critical examination or anything whatsoever. And it just really helps, it forced people now to take a step back and re-examine what they were saying. Because as you know, the left jumped all over this. I mean, Kamala Harris, as soon as who's running for president on the Democrat side and trying to run as far left with some of her proposals as she can, of course, jumped out right away onto this. And here's what she tweeted. Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. Yeah, it's going to be quick. This was an attempted modern-day lynching. No one should have to fear for their life because of their sexuality or color of their skin. We must confront this hate. Confront the hate? How about confronting a crime, a hoax that plays off these divisions, that plays off stereotypes, that plays off this narrative that the left keeps perpetrating in society? If it falls into one of the two categories like we covered last time, either being a pro-Trump loser or an anti-Trump victim, they'll cover it. Anything else kind of gets brushed aside. Now, of course, since she was so early to jump on it, she was asked about her comments earlier and how her opinions might have changed, and here was her reaction.
Which tweet? What tweet?
About saying that it is a modern-day lynching, that...
Sorry.
Yes, Jussie Smollett.
Okay, so I will say this about that case. I think that the facts are still unfolding, and I'm very concerned.
I don't know what to say. I mean, geez, this is what happens when people jump on board a story without having the facts. The Chicago Police Department did an excellent job with this. You saw the investigation, and as facts actually unfolded, those were the real news stories. But everyone was so quick to jump, especially the media. Here's a little clip from Don Lemon that I just wanted to show you over at CNN, who he's just beside himself. He doesn't know what to do.
A lot of people were reasonably skeptical about Jussie's story. Some of the details just didn't seem to make sense. And as we always say around here, facts first.
All right, see, so that one, that one just cracks me up. Facts first? Are you kidding me? These guys are so fast to jump on Covington, on Jussie Smollett, anything that makes conservatives look bad and these oppressed groups look like victims. And it's just, I can't believe with a straight face he tells his audience that they're thinking about facts first. It's just absolutely outrageous. And here's another quick clip from a segment that he did the other day, and I just wanted to show you how he's kind of framing this.
In the court of public opinion, Jussie has lost. He's lost the fight in the court of public opinion. Yeah. And that's where his battle is.
All right, so that's where the battle is? All right, Smallett broke the law, and Lemon's opinion, his thought is that where Smallett is really losing this is in the court of public opinion, that he did a bad PR job, and is because that his PR wasn't good, that he's going down. That's where the real suffering is. That's where the crime, if you will, is happening, because he did a bad job of portraying Trump supporters as bad guys. He just botched it, kind of. Well, guess what? He committed a crime. He sent a threatening letter to himself, and I wonder, he did use the federal mail system. So, but if you threaten yourself, I'm not sure, but we need to look into that one. But he staged this. He made a false report to the cops. It's not the first time, though. Back in 2007, when he was arrested for DUI, also one of his charges was giving false information to the police. So it's not like this is the first time. Obviously, a first time for something so elaborate. But, I mean, come on, folks. I mean, he's not going down because this was a botched PR job. He's going down because he committed a crime. The facts are coming out, and the Chicago police look like they have a solid case. We'll see how it actually plays out. And, of course, his attorneys are jumping on it. They're condemning the police department for how they handled the press conference, saying that, there's a presumption of innocence in this country, and they're saying that he's basically guilty. Well, the presumption of innocence is in the court of law. The reason the police are so adamant about this is because they think he did it. They brought charges against him based on evidence, and they have a right to say he is the one. That's how they will present it in court. Not he may be the one, or we think he's one of several that might have pulled this off, maybe. No, this is our guy. He did it. If you decide otherwise, fine. That's what the courts are for. But everything in the language of the police department, the investigators, the chief, is absolutely appropriate. And what's funny is yesterday, Smallett posted bail, and as soon as he did, he headed over to the Fox Studios set there in Chicago where they film Empire, and was back on the job. And here's what he had to say to his cast and crew. I'm sorry I've put you through all of this and not answered any calls. I wanted to say I'm sorry, and you know me. I would never do any of this to any of you. You are my family. I swear to God, I did not do this. All right, so anyway, we'll see how it plays out. But, this is just, there's something going on in this country, because this is not an isolated incident. I've got several examples here. There's a 19-year-old Drake student who was found guilty of faking racist notes that she claimed were shoved under her dorm room door. Another 19-year-old black woman says she was confronted by 4 Trump supporters, told her she didn't belong there, told her to go home, and threatened her. Turned out that was all a hoax. There was an assistant professor at Indiana State University who got on their email system, sent anti-Muslim threats and other messages to everyone, and including himself. He threatened himself, and the police finally found out that that was a hoax. So these are not isolated incidents. Smollett's is getting the attention for sure, but it is not isolated. And that leads me to show you where a real incident of assault happened this week, and I'm just wondering if it's going to get the attention that it deserves. We've seen the violence that is, come up on college campuses such as Berkeley and others where conservatives are speaking, Antifa's, rioting and causing violence and property damage. Well, the other day, this kid, Hayden Williams, he's from representing Turning Point USA, which is a conservative organization on college campuses. He set up a table to get people to sign up. And two guys came over, threatened him, knocked his table over. It's all caught on video. And then one of them assaulted him, punched him, pushed him, and then really laid into him right in the face. And here's a clip.
You won this fight. I'm with you. You put your hands on me again, racist little different bitch.
Oh. So we see right there the violence that comes off of the left, and because he was fearing for his safety, he put on a body camera or started filming himself. And here's that angle.
Can you explain what you're doing? I'm gonna video this. You're not videoing me.
All right, well, we're in public, so I'm just going to video it for my own safety because you seem really erratic.
You encouraging violence.
No, I'm not.
I don't give you a fucking videotape you. You're a fucking fraud.
Phone on my face. Put your phone on my face. You want to hit me? I'll shoot your ass.
So the guy says, "I will shoot you." He calls him a racist before punching him in the face. And I just wonder if the police are going to investigate that. There's a guy, Andrew Meyer, over at culture.com, who found a tweet from this guy, Levi Vonk, who is a anthropology and journalist PhD student. I mean, that sounds like a future drain on society. But here's what this guy tweeted. He wrote, "LOL, the little fascists from Turning Point USA tried to set up a table on Berkeley's campus and they got wrecked. Nobody better snitch on this hero." This is what we're facing, folks. This is what we're up against. This is a real case of violence. The guy actually got hurt. His whole eye is swollen up. You can see pictures online. And it was a real case of someone just sitting there and being assaulted, being called, a racist, having his property, destroyed and hurt. And we'll see what actually happens with this, if this gets the media coverage, because this is actual assault, and a hoax assault sure got a lot of coverage. So think about that over this weekend. I hope you guys have enjoyable time. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. I'm Bobby Eberly. This is a 13-minute news hour.